Good evening and happy Saturday to everybody who is currently viewing us at our 7 o'clock hour. I do apologize for being a little late, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tony Stark of Iron, welcoming you to the StarkCast. Trust us with your news, and boy howdy, do we have some news for you. Joining us is going to be my motley assembly of great and up-and-coming and talented pop culture pundits who are just a little bit more than your average yes man. I know, I try to make sure that I have talented, properly screened all across the board. The first up to bat is none other than the great son of Mars himself. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing just fine. I'm packing, ready to unload gun. All
right, absolutely. We have a lot going on with a certain, let's just say, a super problem. For those of you that are unfamiliar, you know, we had something go from super to super piss. That's our first topic of the hour, and of course, we got somebody who might be able to break down the science of the situation, if it is even possible. The great director of Arcatur Labs. How are you doing today, sir?
Oh, pretty well. Confused yet amiable, as is often the case.
Excellent, excellent. We are happy to have you here. Joining us for the first time, an official redirect raid ever from the great doghouse that is one of my up-and-coming produced shows. It is my good friend Scooby Pup of Scooby Pup's Rough Use and podcast. How are you doing today, Sweet Pea?
I think she might be getting her dinner.
She might still be getting her dinner, which is...
I'm sorry, I was too busy trying to hold back Godzilla. He's very miffed right now. I'm doing okay. It's been an okay day. Looking forward to the show, though.
Oh yes, and I am happy. I am happier than a lad because we have
everybody
some good
in
news.
Chat. You better be happy too. We're gonna have a good show today.
We're gonna have a great show today. The great, dignified cartoon gentleman, host of the biggest up-and-coming network this side of the YouTube and Rumble spheres. How are you doing today, sir?
Well, I'm doing very well, and thank you for the high praise, Stark. It's always a pleasure to be on this great show, the network's Saturday show, and one of our best performing shows as well, just to let everyone know. It's great to be here. I'm in a good mood because I had a great talk yesterday with Dash and Endymion. I also had a bit of a growth spurt over the past few days, which is always good. We were laughing at the demise of Boogie 2988, and that's always entertaining, watching someone crash out. It's great to be here, and here's to another fantastic network show.
Absolutely, and we have a lot of news to cover, but before we get into our proper schedule, let's go ahead and give a moment of silence to the poor people in Brown University here in Rhode Island. We had just received news that there was a mass, let's just say, usage of office equipment, and we don't know exactly the details of the program that had happened and the massacre, but if everyone could give just a moment of silence for the folks at Brown University, that would be great before we get to our show proper. And thank you for that. You guys are awesome. Let's go ahead and welcome our motley assembly of post-apocalyptic viewers before we get to the schedule as well. We got the great Sig Valdison. Hail to you, sir. It is a pleasure to see you. Hopefully life is treating you well. We got Tim the Enchanter, FKHT 2005. It is a pleasure. Jack Lemon says he needs painkillers. Are you okay, brother? Let me know if we need to pray for you too, my friend. We got Gamer Nurse Scale, that classic Iron Man theme, the nostalgia. Absolutely. Thank you very much for noticing. We actually pride ourselves in being one of the shows that focuses on production quality, smooth conversation, and presentability, because that is how we get noticed in this business. Authenticity be damned. We're here to put on a fucking show. Let's see here. We got Furious Dan. Hail to you, sir. How you doing today? We got Sakura Mita 2004. It is a pleasure to see you. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight. Hopefully life is treating you well where you are as well. Hail to Lombardi 1969. It is a pleasure to see you, my friend. Hopefully life is treating you well. Hail to the great Emerald Gemstone 2003. Special guests in chat. It's good to see you. One of the many new people that are fans of Alistor, the Radio Demon. Who has been doing a few soirees in VR chat and is bringing us new audience members completely outside of this platform to the channel. Hail to Mr. Eagle Flying. A quick happy Saturday to you all. Nice look tonight, sir. Thank you very much. I worked very, very hard on it. Hail to the great Mr. Eagle Flying. I'm not like some people that can impersonate a bird of prey, so you'll have to accept this stock footage, but all the same, my friend. Hail to the great Mr. Eagle Flying. And Jedi Master 2022, who will be showcasing his puppets on the upcoming ALF program that we'll be having Tuesday after Snowed Up's Taco Tuesday. A guaranteed rateable show after every Taco Tuesday night for an entertainment of puppets blocks. Could very well become the next miniature Cotton Council. We will see. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I suppose it's time to go ahead and get into the meat and the potatoes of this thing. And the talk of the town is James Gunn has decided to get rid of one... let's just say, whiny superhero, and pick up a drunk one. Here's some Hollywood news. Oh boy, 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 have we got the, Morty. Oh, so Crypto the Superdog is back. We're going to go ahead and get right into this. This is the Supergirl trailer, and from what I've gathered, they're also using Blondie here. So we got Crypto. We're actually just going to mute this and go down the line here because I don't want to get copyright dinged. I like my money. Superman saves town. Look at this, pissing on my own property, folks. That's that typical Gun toilet humor right there. Yeah, isn't that nice? And here we go. Did you ever think that Kara Zor-El would be, hungover, drunk, in a shitty apartment?
They decided we shoot Hancock, but swapped out Hancock with Supergirl.
It's just like... Oy vey. So, she's waking up. We'll turn on the closed
I don't even
cap.
think that's an apartment. It looks like a trailer.
Yeah.
What does Crypto have against Superman at this point?
So we got, look at her just chilling there. Got her sunglasses on because it's too bright outside. It's probably too noisy, too. Whatever bender she was on the other night. This spacecraft looks god-awful. It looks like it just came out of an AI-generated video. What do you guys think?
It looks
Obi-Wan,
like Eddie porked a water bear, and the offspring got hit by just colossal amounts of radiation.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. The Obi-Wan show called it once its transporter back. Okay?
That's right.
Come on.
I tell you.
It looks like that ship from that video game, Outer Limits or whatever.
Oh, you talking
Outer
about
Worlds?
High on Life?
Thank you.
Yeah.
It looks like that ship. It looks like the ship from Outer Worlds. It looks
right.
like crap, basically.
Yeah. Ryan
It's
DeZera
Bethesda
says...
with thrusters slapped on the side.
I know exactly where they got it from. It's Bethesda made.
Absolutely. Was Kara Zor-El the only Superwoman? No, there were other this is supposed to be Supergirl. Kara Zor-El is Supergirl. There was another Kryptonian that was a Superwoman. So apparently, the Earth has stops in the intergalactic Greyhound service, and she decides to go get hammered with alcohol that she can actually get drunk with, or in a place where there isn't a yellow sun. Because if I were to haphazard a guess, if I were Kryptonian absorbing our solar radiation, our liver would never process alcohol like a normal human's liver. So she obviously has to go off world. She has to go off world to get white girl wasted. Speaking of which, here we go, white girl wasted. Oh. Living her best life, that drunkie.
Even Crypto's looking at her like...
Yeah, really? The dog's just like, dude.
So when is she going to go out with Cyborg?
Right. She's going to go out with Cyborg. She's going to get drunk with Lobo. Isn't Lobo supposed to be in this? I think it's Jason Momoa, right?
Yeah. Then she's going to make that really bad, stupid, drunk girl decision, and that's going to get her pregnant.
Don't test me, Digny. Don't test me.
Hey, look, when you gather Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon characters or
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
together,
Yes.
it's going to end the same way. Badly.
Not a fan. Not a fan, folks. Oh, look at this. We got a shield coming down over a city. I'm
Wow.
assuming it's Brainiac or some other... Yeah, it is Brainiac. He's scooping up a city. Okay, so if I were to guess, that's Brainiac collecting a city. Because that's usually what he does, is he'll just pluck one up, shrink it, and put it in his database. Because screaming in space is a thing, folks. Here you go. Here's a shot for you.
Yeah, yeah. Whoop around and yeah.
Another Guardians of the Galaxy looking ship. More Guardians of the Galaxy looking side characters. We got Yondu's boys. Yondu's back. Look at this.
I'm
It's
expecting to see a flying needle and hearing some whistling any minute.
yeah. My boys right there. When my boys picked your ass up on Terra, they said they're gonna eat you. They said they never tasted Terran before. I stopped them. You lie because of me. Look at this.
Mary
Easy to
Poppins,
retirement.
bitch!
Look at this. Oh my god.
This is just utter torture.
Oh, you don't know what I'm
torture.
capable of doing, guys.
No.
Is that a camera?
Yes. Yeah, it is a camera because they got to
So when
get
do they
their
turn
flare
Quill?
shots in somewhere. Yeah, because he's got to
It's
get his
cameraman
flare
man
shots in
because it's
somewhere.
hit.
And you know what's
it
going to
is.
start the fight? What's going to start the fight is them saying, "Why do you have black roots?
Right. And then
Why do you
Yeah,
have black
Slay's
Slay's
got a
roots?
point
Why do you
here.
have black roots?"
He's got a point.
Brainiac can't beat her because the brain cell's destroyed from hard alcohol.
Yep.
There's going to be a big fight because somebody's going to say,
Uh-oh.
"Why do you have black hair roots?" It's like,
Here we go. No eye lasers. No eye lasers. No super strength. No flight so far, and we're already
wait a
halfway
minute.
through this trailer.
She's got some super strength. She slammed the guy against the wall. So
Yeah,
something's
but
going
you
down.
know, she's fighting. From what it looks like, there's no red sunlight. It doesn't look like she's fighting on the surface of the planet at all. Where's
on the
where's her bioelectric field that's supposed to give her this invulnerability and the super strength and her ability to fly?
yeah, look at that. More
Now
Guardians of the
you're the one
Galaxy.
who's teasing me, Tony.
Like that is how Kryptonians work, isn't it? It's not because they actually have hyper coiled tense muscles. It's because their cells are beating off solar radiation.
I'm sorry, but the town.
There's the eye lasers. There's the eye lasers. Who did she Homelander? Who did she fucking Homelander?
I don't know, but that
only-
town right there. that
She Homelandered somebody. That dude had a bad day.
And it only took a minute 20 of a minute 53 long trailer to get
All I can say is that town that she landed in looked
Yeah.
exactly like the town from Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah, it just looks like another random alien generic town with AI generated starships and
It was set-
I just don't know.
It was set on Tatooine, Tony.
Tatooine, Arrakis, Nevada. They're all deserts and they're all overused. Yeah, we get some more jump cuts. No, look at this. This is our teaser shot of Lobo. By the way, this is the only part of the trailer that you see Lobo in.
Supposedly, she breaks all the rules. She actually does
Yeah.
kill. And she's crap.
So there you see Lobo, right? Lobo looks cool. Lobo looks cool. I agree. Lobo looks accurate. Okay? And I'm pretty sure that they're probably going to use Lobo as the bait to the hardcore comic book fans because Lobo is that, you ain't going to, mess with me kind of like bounty hunter, take no shit. So and there she is just causing an atmospheric event because what's Superman? He sees good in everyone, and I see the truth, which means that I'm not drunk yet. Help me.
She's rather,
Um,
also rather flat-chested, isn't she?
Yeah,
I ain't worried about how she looks. It isn't a matter of how she looks, because Kara's a petite build. Like, Supergirl is naturally a petite build.
Yeah.
She's short, she's blonde, she's like a little tomboy kind of chick. It ain't it isn't about her physical assets pissing me off. It's the fact that she's a fucking alcoholic.
Hey, guys.
And she wouldn't know truth if it bit her in the ass with
Yeah.
kryptonite fangs.
She's an alcoholic.
Guys, didn't we get Captain Marvel, like, what, nearly 10 years ago?
Yeah.
They used to
And
do
even-
again, but worse.
Captain Marvel
eight
was
years
better
ago.
than this.
Yeah.
8
It's
years
like
ago.
a smaller,
Extraordinary,
younger
no
Billy
worse
Piper. Yeah, they were going for the Billy Piper look. They really were. I did see that. But this is what we have to look forward to. I agree. It does look derivative from Guardians, but I really like this actress
Wait.
playing her. Well, hopefully she hits it. Hopefully she nails it.
Strive not to hold it against her, then.
Keep breathing. Keep
Hopefully she
breathing.
nails it. But anyway, that is the
What's the
silly
point of
trailer
Robo
of
if you already have a
silliness.
drunken super asshole in the set.
That is the silly trailer of silliness.
Lying her.
Before we pass around the baton, let's go ahead and see what the word on the street is on X, because I feel like that's the next play here. Well, actually, there's an article. I didn't get the reacts on this one. I saved the reacts for another day. But let's just cover the article just so that we can actually see what the fuss is all about, folks, because, you know, according to Screen Rant anyway. Why the DCU really needs Supergirl and how she's different from past versions explained by Millie Alcock and James Gunn. Oh, here we go. Let me go ahead and get the laugh tracks ready. I have a bad feeling I'm going to need them. All right. Kara Zor-El is an ex-Kryptonian to get the spotlight in James Gunn's DC universe through the upcoming Supergirl movie. The DCU's Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters saw the Girl Steel debut in Superman film. In 2026, we'll finally see the heroine in action, and by that I mean putting holes in her liver. At CCXP, Screen Rant's own Jordan Williams was in attendance for the special Supergirl press conference for the global teaser trailer premiere, featuring Millie Alcock and Gunn as the two opened up during the Q&A more about the film and Kara's place in the DCU. The Australian actor first commented on suiting up for the very first time, which was an emotional experience. When I put on the suit for the first time, I was onto James Gunn like, I don't know, like Weinstein. Oh, I kid. To your movie, obviously, and Chantel, our lovely producer, came, look at me, and she just started crying. Alcock shared. She continued, it was really just, she kind of did the silent sob, and it was really sweet. For Alcock, it became more about, a lot about responsibility. Because of that moment, I was like, okay, I have to really show up for these people. Show up. Are you really drunk? Are you method acting? Please tell me you're method acting. Please tell me you're method acting. Because not only for myself, but for all other people who have spent years of their life trying to get this film up and made, what will be other young girls and other young women coming to see this movie? That's right, ladies. If you didn't get your message right from the Barbie movie, it's time for you to grow up and be fucking drunks. I mean, that's what I'm seeing here. Because I think she's so flawed. Of course she is. She's drunk. And I think she really needs a flaw, and we really need a flawed hero. Well, that's not a bad thing. I mean,
There's a
Hancock,
shortage of flawed
but
heroes. Where?
well, I thought Hancock already did that. I thought Will Smith already did that, you know. Like, we already had a drunk hero, but whatever. You know, then Tony
I haven't seen a
Stark,
flawless
yeah.
hero in some time.
You know, my namesake, you know, drunk hero.
The Superman movie was a flawed hero.
Oh yeah,
Character arcs have been going the wrong direction
let's
for a
not
while
let's
now.
not anger the Snyder Bros. Let's not anger the Snyder Bros now, kids.
No, I'm not talking about the Snyder ones.
Maybe she went full Heath Ledger. Maybe she did. Maybe she did. The House of the Dragon Star stressed that I think that what Supergirl represents for young women especially is that you can be flawed. You don't have to be perfect in order to come to some sort of internal self-resolution. Well, that's the human condition, but thank you. I think that we're kind of thrusted upon this narrative, especially women, that you have to be perfect in every aspect of your life. See, this is the virtual signaling that is absolutely not necessary. Your parents can tell you this, and they can leave out the fact if you're a guy or a gal, or whatever you want to be. Because this is part of the human condition, is realizing we're flawed animals, realizing that we're not perfect, realizing that we're temporary, realizing that we can't do everything.
It would seem that
You
most people
don't
use that
need
pretty
to
easy.
put because you're a woman or because you're a man on the end of every emperor damned thing this side of the sun. It's redonky.
No one's perfect. No one ever. Few people, I think, truly have delusions of perfect. Those people are better known to us as pathological narcissists.
Hail to Seabrew 1138. It's a pleasure to see you. I say disturbance in the Schwartzes. I do.
This movie does encourage alcoholism, though. There is that.
So, you know, wait, Wes Cagle? Is Wes Cagle into his house? Where is Wes Cagle at? I see Ryan DeZera. Is Wes Cagle here? We've been thinking about you, buddy. I know you've been busy lately. Wes Cagle, shout out if you're here, Holmes. I'd love to see you. Is Mary Poppins a pathological narcissist? Absolutely. By the way, Jacob is my real name, just not my first one. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Tony, hope you're not getting snowed in. We had our snow earlier, but let's get back to topic. Let's read this last paragraph as much as I... She concluded by saying, I think that Kara is someone who is beautifully leans into her flaws, and I think that is really special. Gunn agreed with the Supergirl lead, explaining why he thinks Kara is crucial for his DCU franchise. No, Superman, no, yeah. Only the Lemon Pledge, only Consuela. Son of Mars has elected to once again go last in these proceedings, so we'll go Arcatur, Scooby, Digny, and Son of Mars. So we're going to go ahead and get to the passing of the stick portion of this particular debacle, and I will be right back, so make it meaty.
You know, I'm a bit surprised because I didn't expect to find a trailer to make me close to as angry as the last one I saw. That's where they're rewriting Animal Farm as basically commie propaganda. That has added at least 50 RPMs to Orwell's corpse in his coffin, but that's a distraction. The contradictions in this trailer are extraordinary because if she is being superpowered by solar rays, it doesn't make any sense at all that she can get drunk unless she's drinking something that would be fatal to most life in the vicinity if exposed to air. But she can, which raises the question, why is she holding up in a fight without her superpowers? Only she suddenly has them arbitrarily, which she uses them to arbitrarily zap a guy. Look, in short, James Gunn does need to consider retirement. He said on record some time ago he doesn't understand Superman. That's why he turned down the job of directing in the past. And now he's proving he doesn't understand anything even tangentially related to Superman. He needs to stop.
All right.
Again, what is the point of having Lobo in the film if you already have a violent, drunk, superpower loser in the film already? Where's the contrast? Does she just show up and realize that he's doing it better, so she decides to change her ways to, get more attention?
She's realizing that I'm going to turn into this big, stinky, cigar-puffing man. Anything
Really
else to
clearly does
report,
not
my friend?
Get it at all.
Scooby, what are your thoughts on the matter?
Compared to what we saw in the Superman movie, her character's obviously changed spectacularly. We now see her in a trailer, or at least what looks like more of a trailer, dealing with a nasty kickback from drinking so much. And it makes you wonder, what Crypto is thinking. I mean, personally, if I were Crypto, I'd go live with Superman if I were him.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go live with Clark. As far as she goes, I mean, she's supposed to be a flawed character. Okay, from what I know, she's supposed to be the only character in this movie that kills people. She would definitely fit the definition of villain, like so many other movies have tried to make Superman be before. Oh, he's a villain, he's a bad guy. No, this girl is. She takes the cake. Nobody asked for this movie. What did people ask for? They wanted a Batgirl movie. But what did they do? They canceled that. And on top of that, for this one, like you said, they're throwing in the typical wording, for women, etc., etc. It's like, no. Of course, nobody's perfect. Oh, yeah, from a point of view of a woman. This is, Captain Marvel was better than this. It looked
Marvel
better than
was
this when it
sometimes.
came to the commercial. And the actual movie was actually entertaining. Was it good? Like, story-wise and everything like that? Nah. But was it entertaining? Yes, it had the action and stuff like that, which made me happy. I didn't give a shit about her being a girl or anything like that, because I know Captain Marvel has also been, in the past, a male. So, but yeah, it's
All right, I noticed that somebody had mentioned that my super chats do not work. I just received a member chat from Ryan DeZera, and I have super chats located on my thing. Double check your settings. If you feel like supporting and you cannot super chat, we do have my Ko-Fi linked in the description alongside the mega chat link directly to the PayPal pin to the top. And I apologize if my memberships and my super chats are not working to the fullest. YouTube, as you are all well aware, has been well, for lack of the better word, it's
crappy.
insert this sound effect here. Okay, so if you cannot support via super chat, please consider the Ko-Fi or the PayPal as options. We are also simulcasting over there on the Green Machine. That could desperately use some gifted subscribers over there as well.
But yeah, this is a movie nobody asked for, and for those of you who actually want it, you need the crap beaten out of you. I'm sorry. This is a wake up call. Nobody wants this. This is not going to end up well. If you saw Superman, then you know this is going to end up really, really, really bad. Nothing. As far as James Gunn goes, when it comes to his movies, they're all the same. So if you like Guardians of the Galaxy, prepare for Supergirl, Guardians of the Galaxy. Because this is all it is.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm receiving no notifications about my monetization. It could just be a flub in the system. Please consider alternatives. And we do apologize again for those that want to support for the inconvenience that has resulted. Dignified cartoon gentleman, dost thou have a dignified response for the undignified Supergirl who is constantly drunk off of her ass?
Well, I think this is absolutely fantastic. I'm so excited for Guardians of the Galaxy 4. It'll be great. It'll be great to see Chris Pratt returning as transgender Supergirl. I think that's very stunning and brave and beautiful that Chris Pratt has finally renounced his Christian principles and is now jumping full in, or all in rather, on the Hollyweird satanic train. But in all seriousness, DC has had its time. It hasn't been firing on all cylinders for decades at this point. Their animation division is the only thing that has anything going for it. The Injustice games were better than this, okay? Look what happened to them. They got cancelled after the second one, which also featured, Supergirl as, in my view, as she was properly created as, to be essentially the mirror to a regime Superman. But I will make it clear right here, right now, folks, what DC needs to do is rest. Whether it's Snyderverse, Gunverse, Obamaverse, nothing's going to save this, right? The Rock couldn't save this. Hell, a resurrected Hulk Hogan couldn't save this. Andre the Giant couldn't save this. No one can save the DCFU, and F stands for film universe, okay? No one. Just let it rest. Have Netflix
No, I
or
think the F
Paramount
stands for
buy it
something
and
else.
just keep it on a shelf like EA does with all the stuff they buy. So that's my
Do you guys remember this little thing called the DC animated universe? Because
Yep.
I do, and my God, just go back. Justice League, Batman the Animated Series, even some of the funnier one-offs. Like Batman and Harley Quinn was absolutely hilarious.
Teen Titans before Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
Where are the live-action versions of those animated shows? We see
Right.
all these other companies do live-action versions of things, of animated projects, and so on and so forth. Where are the live-action versions of the Batman animated series? I know Kevin Conroy's dead, so he can't really reprise the role.
Right.
But just episode for episode, thing
Correct.
for thing, like a transfer.
Echo the
Yeah,
battle days where
I
they
know
give
they're gonna try and
IPs
do
to
that
people
with-
who hate them.
I know CW is trying to do that with Teen Titans.
CW.
All right, Marcelo, I understand that you have some things you want to display first. Well, we'll get that out of the way here.
It's time.
Well,
Just
if it'll
prepare
play
yourselves, folks. Okay.
right. All right,
coming.
here you go.
You might get a few of those in this little segment, folks. So strap in. All right. Yeah. So this is an open letter, right, to the esteemed overseers of DC's new glorious direction, i.e., David Ellison, hopefully. One must offer the most insincere congratulations to Mr. Gunn for achieving the truly remarkable feat of taking the universally known, inherently hopeful mythology of Superman and his Kryptonian cohort and rendering it immediately unappealingly complicated and emotionally draining. Having masterfully convinced audiences that they really yearn for 2 hours of anguish backstory of a CGI raccoon, the next logical step, of course, is to deliver a cinematic universe populated exclusively by heroes who are not yet at their best. This novel approach posits that inspiration is overrated and that audiences truly prefer iconic figures to begin their journeys as dispirited, underachieving individuals, setting a bar so delightfully low that simply not crying into a bowl of cereal will feel like a tremendous narrative victory. The subsequent decision to introduce Supergirl as a cynical, red sun-fueled connoisseur of existential dread, a perfect foil to a wet behind-the-ears, developmentally delayed Superman, is a truly stroke of sly, self-congratulatory genius. It signals a bold commitment to making every corner of the DC universe feel uniform in its misery. But the piece de resistance, the cherry atop this aggressively unappealing sundae, is naturally the entirely unearned introduction of Lobo as a major antagonist. We applaud the sheer audacity required to bypass decades of richly developed, contextually relevant Supergirl villains in favor of a grotesquely oversized biker who possesses precisely zero historical narrative connection to the character. This isn't innovation. It's the lazily chaotic equivalent of throwing darts at a roster board, proving that narrative integrity is mere quaint suggestion when superfluous edge is the goal. In conclusion, this entire endeavor is magnificently glib performance transforming beloved icons into their most aggressively miserable counterparts and then dressing the whole operation up as sophisticated deconstruction. We are left to assume the ultimate magnificent vision is a DC universe where the only emotion truly permitted is tepid resignation. Thank you for audaciously proving that the most disappointing direction is always the easiest one to execute. Please allow us the deliciously miserable opportunity to sit back and watch this needlessly messy structure inevitably and hilariously, I might add, collapse. Yours truly, the Son of Mars.
Real quick, are we sure
Well
that
said,
Lobo
well
was actually
said.
the antagonist here?
Preach,
Because the
my
bar is
brother.
lying on the ground. He could be the hero. If they built this as the Lobo movie, I'd be much more inclined to watch it.
That is the definition of let him cook.
Ladies and gentlemen,
holding
you ain't gonna find this on any other show. We call that a vetted answer, and that just made a clip-worthy segment. Thank you very, very much.
That
Trust us with your news and entertainment. We bring talent here.
That was. We couldn't say. Marcello, we couldn't have said it any better than you.
I've been holding on to that since I sent the first clip that came to my inbox to Tony earlier this week, I was like, oh, hell no.
Well,
I never thought I'd say this. Please bring back Snyder.
No,
No.
just let it rest, man. Just seriously, it
If
needs
they
to.
absolutely have
yes.
to make if they absolutely have to make movies about DC, at least bring him back.
all
Please
right,
direct that to
ladies
me
and
better.
gentlemen, I understand that super chats aren't working, but at the end of the day, what I will do is I will go ahead and I'll read the super stickers that we got at the beginning of the show. And so let's do a quick super chat segment and get these all read out.
Let's see if we have any super chats in the picture show.
First and foremost, Sig Volleson coming in hot with two $1.49 super stickers of unicorns. As is tradition, we must play this back to back.
Unicorn! Unicorn!
And once again,
Unicorn! Unicorn!
and then we have Ryan DeZera, who has been a member at the Shield Agent level for 7 months. Hail and thank you for your support of my humble little corner of the internet and your future entertainment multi-platformed empire. He says, trailers are supposed to make you view this equals no. That is absolutely correct, sir. Thank you for being a channel member, and we appreciate your continued support. Various generous donation coming from, I will not dox the name, but it is via the Ko-Fi, so they will take a little pinch of that. The remaining amount of money that will be coming to the pocket will be about $8. He says, and I quote, doesn't have anything attached to it, but thank you very much for the 10 spot. If you would like to sound off in the chat as for that, do let me know. Thank you, Jacob, for your $10 Ko-Fi. It means a lot. Now, if we get to now, this is an ongoing goal for the StarkCast. If we get $100, that's after Ko-Fi's cut, after YouTube's cut, after Rumble's cut, whatever cut. If you can say my entire name, dude. Are you sure? I'm just gonna say Jacob the Red Wolf. I appreciate people saying anonymity. It's the professional thing to do, the transparent thing to do. But if we ever on a StarkCast specifically get $100, if we go all the way to $100, we will have a StarkCast specially starring you. I'll give my professional pundits a break, and I'll say, you know what? This is all about you. Anybody who donated to that $100 total will get a guest spot if they have a good working microphone. They can bring their own article, and we can discuss it and go around the table. We have not hit...
You've known
yeah,
me for years. Be cagier. I feel like I'm not a big influence on you at all.
And if that show does so well, we'll get rid of everyone here and replace them with you.
And, if you didn't get the message, JJ, you might want to put back in the chat.
Then we can have Director and Scooby and Son of a Mars for some of the other network shows that need some
No,
slots.
you ain't scalping my talent there, Digny.
Only if
No,
you
no,
get
no,
the
no.
donations raking in, and that's if those
I don't
people...
know.
Yeah, that's possible to my schedule. I can serve.
I don't know,
well,
Tony. Depends on what the offering.
You know,
I mean, if they're going to offer me to like $200 to be on their show,
bidding war.
Well, you know what? All's fair in show business. You do what you want. But I will remember that slight if it comes to it.
I'm just kidding. You know I love you.
All right, that concludes our Super Chat segment. And, of course, we always do a Super Chat segment in between each segment if they come in. That also includes member chats and donos. But let's go ahead and get to some good news for a change. This is some gaming news coming hot off the presses for y'all. Kids. So, from what I've gathered, Claire Obscure did great at the Game Awards. You know, the ones that I totally skipped while doing a variety show because I need to do the work. From what I've gathered, though, an independently created, funded, and fueled game had dominated so many AAA studios during the Video Game Awards last night, or the other night, and I'm over the moon for it. Absolutely over the moon for it. And so, the first minutes of the Game Awards set the mold for the next 3 hours. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 won the best independent game during the pre-show, beating out acclaimed sequels like Hades 2 and Hollow Knight Silksong. Moments after, the main stage opened with operatic singers and a full orchestra, plus the obligatory electric guitar, belting out music from said game. Clair Obscur was already the favorite to win the grand prize, but kicking off the show with the game front and center felt like an anointing, if I could talk today. It triumphed in nearly every category it competed in, picking up 9 awards in total. By the time it won Game of the Year, Clair Obscur had surpassed The Last of Us Part 2 to become the most decorated game in the awards history. That is no boast, that's just a fact. As predictable as the night became, the game honored was anything but. Clair Obscur came up from an independent French studio composed of developers who had worked for the French gaming behemoth Ubisoft, or should I say Microshaft. Instead of chasing trendy genres like battle royales or open-world action games, Clair Obscur drew inspiration from turn-based role-playing games like the classic Final Fantasy titles. It paired an intimate and existential story. Slow down, Tony. With a setting that is both whimsical and epic, and cast motion capture icon Andy Serkis alongside game actor veterans like Ben Starr, Jennifer English, who delivered the night's most rousing speech when she accepted the award for Best Performance. I just want to say to every neurodivergent person watching this room, because I know that there's probably quite a lot of you, English said, to all of you who feel like life is stuck on hard mode, this is for you, and thank you for so much for the games community and industry for giving us, and so many of us, a home. Clair Obscur's victories fit with 2 themes of the night, the rise of independent studios and the internalization of the awards themselves. Half the Game of the Year nominees were indie games, even as the term had stretched to include titles with sizable budgets and publisher partnerships. This semantic squishiness is a result of the Game Awards' outsourced voting process, which polls over 150 international media outlets, including NPR, to determine a list of nominees. These outlets decide for themselves how to define categories like an independent game or an action-adventure game after the shortlist is tallied. They pick their favorites in each category, which is weighed against an open online voting system that makes up a tenth of the total score. As the jury has expanded outside of the U.S., which is now representing only 50% of said outlets, award winners have become both more global and more mainstream. Still, Clair Obscur's ubiquity speaks volumes, even as it swept under deserving indies aside. The game demonstrates the outsized impact of a small team can have on the broader market. No longer is it seen such as a niche prestige title. Clair Obscur rose to prominence thanks to strong word of mouth and its inclusion in the Xbox Game Pass service, which allowed regular gamers and critics alike to try the game without committing to a full purchase. Big companies still took home prizes. However, after being completely shut out last year, Nintendo earned a few awards for the Switch 2 exclusives probably because they slipped the money. With Donkey Kong Bonanza winning Best Family and Mario Kart World winning Best Sports/Racing, Grand Theft Auto 6 won Most Anticipated Game, and it'll probably do so again next year. For the second year in a row, Wuthering Waves, a Chinese game with huge mobile audience, won the Player's Voice Award, the only category completely determined by public online votes. We're not going to go through all of the actual awards themselves. We just want to celebrate the fact that the industry whole and large is beginning to, for lack of a better word, it's healing. It's healing. That's a good thing. What do you guys think? Arcater, start with you. What do you think?
Righto, a few things here. I was excited to see this. At least, if it isn't perhaps healing as much as it should be, the win is at least plausible. I must admit, first off, I didn't play Clair Obscur. I'm sorry. I appreciated the art. I watched a dear friend play it for a span, but it's just too French for me.
You look like
said,
Clair
the art was
Obscur
fantastic.
character.
The characterization was good. I have to say the acceptance speech there was bitterly cringe, is deeply knee-jerk, horrified as I am by all trendy labels, and neurodivergent is absolutely on it. But, you know, it's fine. I find the win plausible, but I do believe the fact that one of her Silksong had a lot to do with, being endorsed by Game Pass, having some big league backers, pulling some strings in the background that still smaller devs would not have been able to do. Oh, and since Chichabu didn't quite get his message across, I feel compelled to relay that apparently human baby can swim through the veins of a blue whale. I don't know anyone even know this, but now we all do and have to live with it.
The more you know.
That's about it. At least it's a step in the right direction because they did put their heart into it and it showed.
Fantastic, my friend. I feel whole and large that, you know, at the end of the day, this is a step in the right direction as far as video game is concerned. You know, the lack of microtransaction spam, you know, making people win with their wallet and more, it speaks volumes whenever a game can just feel like a video game. But what are your thoughts, Scooby Pup, seeing as you're our gaming journo extraordinaire out of the group? How do you feel?
Well, if you guys had watched my podcast, you would know that I did cover this. The Game Awards, they've come and gone. This is a game that had 30 people work on it with a budget of less than 10 million. This game, every subject it was nominated under took the award. Yes, Jennifer English, her speech was cringe, but then again, so was her previous speech. But this is a wake-up call to the Western companies that screams, this is what the gamers want. Good storytelling, great music, great graphics. The gameplay is awesome. It's refined. There's no ideology in it or anything like that. This was a game full of substance. It was a game that shows game creators, this is what will get you the awards that you want. This was what will get you the money that you want. Not particularly RPGs, but the good gameplay, the good characters, the no ideology. Keep those pronouns and stuff out. Give the gamers what they want. They will be happy. They will buy your product. You will win awards. All that stuff. They proved that. You cannot doubt them for that. You can trust them when it comes to that. Small studios, indie studios, they are great at this. Hollow Knight Silksong was a great game. I wish it got more awards, but it didn't. That's okay. And as Tony said, Nintendo probably slipped a lot of money because it did not deserve the win for Mario Kart. You can tell because a lot of people in the audience booed when it was announced.
New year, new Mario Kart. It's like
New year, new Mario
COD.
Kart, new year, new Mario Kart, same crap. When people found that it beat people found out that it beat Sonic Crossroads, of course, there was booing in the crowd. But Clear Expedition 33 is exactly what we want in games. It's what Westerners should take as an example. They need to look at games like this. They need to look at other games that have been successful. They need to look at games like Clair Obscur, Stellar Blade, Black Myth Wukong. They need to take a look at these games, learn from them, use them as examples, and create better games. That is how they will win. That is how they will get money. That is how they will get customers. And yeah, the fact that it's sweet, all the awards that it was listed under makes me thrilled. It deserved Game of the Year. I watched Hypnotic play it from beginning to end. I loved it. It was amazing. It made me want to play it. The thing is, though, there were certain aspects of the game that kept me from buying it because I am just not that good of a player. Like you have to, if you want to do great in that game, you got to be good at parrying, and I am crap at parrying. So I didn't get it. I'm also not a big fan of turn-based, but nevertheless, this is what gamers want. Western companies need to take notes. So if they can take notes from this other game, Stellar Blade, etc., 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 they will have themselves a winning product. They need to learn.
Sounds
from
good to me. All right. Digny, have you returned, my friend?
Oh, yes, yes.
All right, it is your turn, brother. Go ahead and carry on.
All right, then, folks. First of all, whoever wins Game of the Year, especially regarding the Game Awards, that game becomes a symbol of that year's gaming. I remember when the Game Awards first started back in 2014, and the first proper Game of the Year, you know, from Jeff Keighley's perspective, was Dragon Age Inquisition. Look at the legacy of Dragon Age and what it's become in over a decade. It's not that good, is it? You look at The Witcher 3, Game of the Year 2015. You look at its legacy, The Witcher 4, also known as the Witcher game where you don't play as a Witcher.
Correct.
You look at Game of the Year 2016. What was that? It was Overwatch. Look what Overwatch has become, and look what Activision Blizzard has become. And I'm not going to say that for every single year for the Game Awards. I mean, Expedition 33, of course, is a fantastic game. Clair Obscur has the potential to be a fantastic franchise. It now has the most won awards. The thing it beat was The Last of Us Part 2. And how many people love that game?
Last of Us Part 2 was hated.
Exactly.
The last
Exactly.
Game of the Year edition that I enjoyed playing was Fallout 4.
Yep, that was another Game of the Year as well. Which,
The last
You
Game
know,
of the Year.
but my favorite Game of the Year, period, is Unreal Tournament Unreal Tournament 99, UT 99. Just
Mine's
Unreal Tournament.
Borderlands.
I'm focusing specifically on the Game Awards because, as we all know, Jeff, with his Keeleys, wants to be the Oscars of gaming. The point I'm trying to make is, folks, is that this is a fantastic game, and we are all hopeful that it will lead to a fantastic franchise. Yet the inspirations for Clair Obscur were Ubisoft and Square Enix, two
Right.
companies that are, quite frankly, at their lowest currently, right? And I don't think either of them are going to recover. Now, don't get me wrong. Final Fantasy 16 is a fantastic Devil May Cry game, but it's not a Final Fantasy game.
Agreed.
And that is the strength of Expedition 33. It has succeeded where those who inspired it have failed. My worry, though, is, guys, we know that the landscape can shift year on year, and I think 2026 is going to snap hard back to the opposition.
Right.
I think it really is, because the landscape in the US is changing, and the landscape throughout the West is changing as a backlash to what we're trying to do. I do think GTA 6 will be released in 2026, because usually Rockstar delays their projects twice. We saw that with Red Dead Redemption 2. And I think that is going to win Game of the Year, because it's going to have the Starfield effect. It's going to do incredibly well for a few months and then be forgotten about in a year or two. And it will just sweep the awards. It'll sweep everything because of the hype train. Unless it turns into a Cyberpunk 2077 level disaster, which I doubt. Because Rockstar are no CD Projekt Red. At least I hope not. That's my opinion. And one more point before I finish my statement. Look at how successful Final Fantasy was until it wasn't. The same with Assassin's Creed. Ultimately, Clair Obscur, whether it takes years, decades, ultimately Sandfall, unfortunately, will end up where its predecessors did, because they have taken inspiration from them. Sorry to be the boomer cynic.
No, you could be the skeptic. It's always, listen, if there's one thing that I could say about the show, period, is that we don't want just a bunch of people going yes sir and nodding and then not even provide a funny joke or ready repartee. All right, there are other shows out there that want nothing more than the star of that show to be the star of that show and nobody else talk. We are not one of those shows. We want differing opinions. We want different outlooks. We want conversation, and we want professional flow through charts, okay?
And you
That's
see
what
this
I want.
You
So-
see this throughout great games and great franchises, though. Pong was so successful as a game, it was its own game console.
Right.
And look where that ended up. Look at Pac-Man, how that
Right.
was so successful and how that ended up. Every game, every franchise has their time to shine. Every franchise has their Terminator 2, and every franchise has their Terminator Dark Fate, okay?
Correct.
So that's my position, and I'm
So,
going to
so I'm going to go ahead and welcome some people into the chat before we get to the Son of Mars. We had Love It. Good to see you, Love It Ever After. I hardly ever see you here. I miss you too. Usually you're hanging out there with Enzo late night, and that's when I see you in the chat. It's a pleasure to see you here. We got, of course, our official priest of the Atom. Hail to the Void official. A pleasure to see you as well, my friend. Hail to File 13 out there in the chat as well. A pleasure to see you, as well as Sakura Meadu, who has a question real quick for Scooby. Do you have Christmas live chat plans?
I am considering doing a Christmas Eve show. It will not be a podcast because I have certain plans for podcasts, but I am considering one. It all depends on the subscribers, so I will be putting up a poll for it. So if they want it, I'll do it. If I do one, it'll most likely be an open panel, since it's a Christmas Eve thing. So it'll be an open panel for members only.
Well, okay. Just note that I will also be having a panel on my side of things on Christmas Eve. That has already been prayer announced. We'll have to work out scheduling.
And if I do happen to do a Christmas one, then it'll do a pre-Christmas Eve, so that way I can get Tony in there.
And special shout out to Emerald Gemstone saying that she is currently in VR chat right now, listening, letting everybody know that Monday and Wednesday I am doing the Alistar broadcast down there. It is a lot of fun, and VR chat can run on a toaster, and you get to meet some exciting and crazy new people, so it's a lot of fun. All right, the Son of Mars. What are your thoughts on Claire Obscure's big win?
This whole situation. Put up the image from the channel, because this one needs a little bit of music to go along with it. Goodbye, sweet baby, goodbye. The industry's turning around. So that's my take on this, folks. Goodbye, sweet baby Inc.
Do you want me to sing this? Do you want me to just like throw a tune
I
to
put
it?
it up there, and obviously I can't sing it, but if you would like to, I think you'd make a great shot of it.
Get your clippers ready, folks. Goodbye, sweet baby, goodbye. The industry is turning right around. New creative paths are found. No more DI in every frame. Just look back to focus on the game. The credits roll, the deal is through. We're moving on to something new. Adding a lyric here or two. Goodbye, sweet baby, goodbye. There you go.
I expect noise cancellation
Beautiful.
to filter out my clapping, but that was
Beautiful.
Awesome.
There you go.
Turning that into a single.
Awesome. And that's the note that we need for the rest of the gaming industry. At the end of the day. Adios, sweet baby. Arrivederci.
Mm-hmm.
Just put the letter for that and use it for the Western gaming companies only,
You
because
bet.
the East, they seem to be doing it fine. They keep on pumping out the good ones.
You bet, my friends. And thank you guys again for choosing us as your source of entertainment and news. We like to combine the two. Is there any other thoughts you would like to add to that, or is that basically all you're doing?
Somebody muted me. Okay. No, so that pretty much was summed it up, because after
Okie dokie.
going through the synopsis, it was like, great. There was just a little tinge of it, but I think the message came across.
All right, on the theme to the title card of Did We Really Ask for This? Well, ladies and gentlemen, did we ask for this? I don't think we did. Oh, that's it. No, we are still going. We still have a whole show, sir. We have a whole show. This wasn't a goodbye crawl. That was just a bit that I totally put it on. It was decent. Again, it's kind of hard without the notes being there in front of me, but I think I did pretty good for a solid key of A. Hail to Charlie Nuclear out there as well. A pleasure to see you. Let's go ahead and get to our next bit of gaming. Is this gaming news? Is this Hollywood news? Is it the...
Of course!
Yes, it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. Street Fighter, a new movie, of course. Like we asked for this, right? I don't know about this one either. But here we are. This was also announced at the Video Game Awards the other night. A teaser trailer has been released for the new Street Fighter live-action film featuring Chun-Li, Ken, Ryu, and more characters from the highly popular video game franchise. The trailer debuted during the 2025 Game Awards, where the film's cast took the stage to introduce their first look at the movie. Now, we can attempt to zoom in on that, but yeah, you can see the roster. We got just about all of them. We don't have King for whatever reason, but King's a Tekken character, my bad. What's the other guy? We don't have Blanca. There's no Blanca there.
Oh, there's going to be a Blanca.
Oh, I see. He's got a goatee. All right.
Yeah, they're using Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason Momoa is going to be
double.
every buff savage character ever.
Oh,
Okay.
Yep. They're doing double duty.
Stop casting monsters as Polynesians or Polynesian
Right.
monsters.
Hey, that's a thought. I
With
thought
the Polynesians
they were
Thank you
trying
for
to
your
do
channel
that.
subscription, Gamer Nerd Scale. It is an honor and a pleasure. And have yourself a wonderful evening and lovelet. Thank you for swinging by, and hopefully you left a like and love. Carry on. But no Sagat. No Sagata doesn't look like. Apparently, Zalosi was on that. Again, I know. Yes, again, guys. Again.
Of course!
Again. Of course. Thought you knew. I thought you knew we was going to have another Street Fighter movie, right? So the new Street Fighter movie is set in 1993, and according to an official synopsis, estranged Street Fighters Ryu and Ken Masters are thrown into combat when the mysterious Chun-Li recruits them for the next World Warrior tournament. A brutal clash of fists, fate, and fury, but behind this battle royale lies a deadly conspiracy that forces them to face off against each other and the demons of their past. And if they don't, it's game over. Wow, it's just the back of the video game cartridge, like.
Gee, that sounds
It's
very
the side of the cabinet. It's the little ad on the side of the cabinet.
Tony, you know who else went like that in their movie?
Mm-hmm.
Mortal Kombat.
Right.
The original Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
Raiden comes and recruits everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's exactly the same plot as Mortal Kombat's movie.
Mm-hmm.
The first Mortal Kombat movie, the good one.
It's depressing. Very depressing. Depressing.
I might
But
suggest
let's go ahead and finish
that's
this
a
up.
Positive point.
In addition to Koji, Centineo, and Liang, the cast includes Cody Rhodes as Guile, Orville Peck as Vega, 50 Cent as Balrog, Jason Momoa as Blanca, Vidyut Jamwal as Dalsim, Oliver Richter as Zangief, Haruki Goto as E Honda, David Desmalkian as Am Bison. So it looks like so we're gonna have Bison and Akuma. Roman Reigns is Akuma. So there's going to be one bad guy. There's going to be two. Cool. Andrew Schultz is Dan Hibiki. Oh, and Dan Hibiki better be a weenie. Eric Andre is Don Savage. Mel Johnson is Cammy. Raina Vallandigham is Julie. Julie or Jury? Is it Julie? Is it Jury?
It's Jury.
All right, so somebody needs to get their editor on the case. And Alexander Volnalski as Joe. Street Fighter is directed by Kitao Sakurai from a screenplay by Dalan Musan. Legendary co-produced with Japanese video game developer Capcom. Well, legendary. While Paramount Pictures, not so legendary, is distributing the film. Okay. Yeah.
There is a reason why I
there
call
you
it Crapcom.
Well, at least it's
Shouldn't
not
a
made by
thick, hairy
Square
dwarf play Blanca? Yes, one preferably spray painted, a bright green.
Oh, damn.
Director, what are your thoughts, my friend?
Well, first off, I have a bit of a caveat. I, for one, will never demand conformity of anyone. Conversely, I will not be conformed. That said, When it comes to the previous Street Fighter movie, I'd like to mention that while we do think very fondly of Raul Julia absolutely winning the movie, as far as I'm concerned, he's the only good part of the movie. The bar after that was so low on the ground, you had to, dig it out a bit first. So I am actually thinking this might be a perfectly quality film because I've seen the trailer. They put some care in the fight scenes. I do think Jason Momoa should have been entirely green. I didn't see that. But I think that this might actually be in the hands of people who actually liked the IP. I do genuinely get that feeling. And if that is true, the movie could be quite good. But you're right, I'm not sure if anyone asked for it. I just think they might have something here.
I don't think anybody asked for this film, to be quite honest.
Look, it doesn't seem to be the hands of people who genuinely hate the IP, so I've got a lot more hope for this than I do Super.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see how it pans out. It may end up being pretty decent. Our last couple of video game movies that we've had, like the Super Mario Brothers movie, ended up being pretty good.
Yes, and way back in the battle times I was part of that, they were uniformly worse. So
yes,
there is an upward trend here to observe.
Yes. Will it be a plateau? I guess only time will tell. Speaking of which, do you think it'll plateau, Scoobs? What are your thoughts?
Well, like I said, this sounds very much like the plot to the first Mortal Kombat movie. The first Mortal Kombat movie was absolutely epic. They did a great job with lore and things like that. So that was amazing. I liked it. This, on the other hand, I don't think anybody asked for it. I mean, even the first one, I don't think anybody asked for it. The first one was as cheesy as it was, like Arcater said. Raul Julia nailed it. But they also only included the characters that people actually knew and cared about. This one, they're going for the entire cast, which is really going to only make sense to the most recent generation, because the older generation has kind of dropped off the game because they don't like where it's gone. So this is really a movie for the new generation. It's not a movie for people like us who grew up with the original game and such. As far as video game movies go, okay, Mortal Kombat Annihilation. We dare not speak of that one. We tap one in a box, put a nice little bow in it, and throw it in the ocean. Like I said, the first Street Fighter, sorry, it was not good. I mean, the only good thing about that was Raul Julia.
I think we have an opinion here.
Of course.
The other two Mortal Kombat movies, the new ones that the first new one that came out, and then the second one that's coming out, I do not look forward to the second one. And the first one for the new generation, that one sucked. I'm sorry, it did. This I don't have faith in. I'm sorry, because I mean, for the other movies, you're dealing with animated characters. With Uncharted, that didn't turn out well either. So, but we're dealing with Sonic and Mario. Those are two beloved characters that really could go anywhere, and they did. And they did an excellent job with those. But I do not have faith in this one because fighting game movies do not do well in general. So, yeah, I have no faith in this.
Good to know. Good to know. And your points are also quite valid.
And also, Jason Momoa sucks in every movie he does. So he said the only reason he would do this movie is if they casted him as Blanca. Okay, lovely. He got casted as Blanca, and I'm assuming that the only reason they didn't use a midget for this one is because Peter Dinklage was not available. That's all I can think of.
So you have two people that are on opposite sides of the fence. We had positive opinions and negative opinions. We want people to be grounded in their opinions for stuff. We don't just want a bunch of yes men hanging out around here. Speaking of which, Digny, what are your thoughts? Are you on the fence? Are you for this? Are you against this? Did you ask for this?
Well, first of all, I've stayed away from Capcom for a long time. In fact, one of my favorite games is a Capcom game, and it's a game barely anyone's ever heard of. It's called Gotcha Force, exclusively on the GameCube. It's very expensive to get now because it was an underrated cult classic. But what I would say about this Street Fighter film is that it reminded me a lot of that live-action Tekken film, from the 90s. It reminded me more of that than the original Street Fighter film. It seems to be a renaissance of fighting game films for some reason, despite the fact that Netflix considers DC's gaming division, which includes Mortal Kombat, to be worthless to them. So it's very interesting, right? The trailer to me was very interesting. It looked a little goofy, especially Cody Rhodes with that hair, man. I'm like, okay. And of course, Roman Reigns, who I've never liked as a professional wrestler, is in this as well. And folks, for the most part, wrestlers do not make good actors, because if a wrestler is a good actor, like John Cena or Dave Bautista, then they, by definition, undermine professional wrestling because they are actors. They are not professional wrestlers. But I wasn't really interested in all honesty. I mean, Peter Dinklage, a very interesting guy. He's one of the few people whose career survived Game of Thrones. If you noticed that, because a lot of actors and actresses' careers who weren't legends, right? The ones who were known for previous things, their careers did survive. But for those who were known for Game of Thrones, their careers didn't really survive that. But yeah, I hope for the best for this film, but I am prepared for the worst. Look at the Mortal Kombat films we've gotten recently, right? Some people like them, some people despise them, but the Mortal Kombat franchise is practically dead now.
Thank you.
With the death of Carrie, who is also coincidentally Heihachi Mishima in the Tekken movie.
Yeah. I mean, to me,
no, there's no more Shang Tsung in my opinion. Without Carrie, there is no Shang Tsung now.
Yeah, because it's very, as I've said before, it's a very difficult character to portray. I mean, from my perspective, not to sound like Square Enix here, in their views on role-playing games, what's the word? Turn-based role-playing games. I think fighting games have run their course, right? Because you can only build on the concept of a fighting game so much. Everyone on this panel, everyone watching this show knows the core structure of a fighting game. This guy versus this guy or girl, fight, finish him, finish her, finish they, them, that sort of thing. And when they try to innovate beyond that, people just find it weird. So they just stick to what they know. They've had their time. Although I could say that a lot about Capcom. They've had that time.
Capcom is you get those old retro collections. That's whenever I think of Capcom, I think of, oh, do they have a great bundle and there's a couple of games in there that I don't already own. That's because I'll play like Marvel vs. Capcom, Ultimate X-Men, the classics, right? When I think of Capcom, I don't think of anything new, and I doubt I ever will. That's really the meat and potatoes of it.
Yeah.
Capcom, to me, Capcom reminds me of if Midway survived to the present day.
Right. What are your thoughts there, the Son of Mars?
While you guys were debating this, I got a call from Raul Julia. He wants his M. Bison uniform back.
Of course.
So, yeah, he wants his M. Bison uniform back. He's like, no, I'm not having it. If I have to come back from the afterlife to put this down, I will. And nobody wants that, to be quite honest. Just like this, among the things that might concern you here is that it's like, sure, we're trying to reinterpret it. Anybody notice that Cammy is no longer of the same persuasion that Cammy was originally?
Right.
In the video game or the original movie? but supposedly we're splitting hairs now at this point.
Right.
The thing is this is that like somebody in the chat said earlier, we knew it was crap, but it was campy crap, and it was fun campy crap. Okay, there's no new potential spin they could put on this. At least I cannot see that given the way that the story of Street Fighter was originally laid out, which is pretty tight. Okay, consider this the idea behind Street Fighter, actually went through character development. As weird as that might sound, they actually had character development for each one of these playable characters, and they were pretty tightly defined. There's nothing new for them to tell us. I'll leave it at there.
Nothing new at all.
There's nothing new for them to tell us.
Absolutely. I didn't ask for this movie. If it ends up being good, great. I'll watch it. If it ends up not being good, it's no sweat off my back. It's literally just another, another Street Fighter movie. And because Street Fighter already had, stuff going against it to the point that it had no choice but to be a cult classic, and it's only because of Raul Julia and Ming-Na Wen as Chun-Li that happened.
Yeah,
because Guile being played by not Dolph Lundgren, Jean-Claude Van Damme was like probably the worst pick for Mr. America fighter Sonic Boom guy.
I think they only picked him because
they can focus. I'm sorry.
I think they only picked him because he knew how to do the type of footwork that was needed.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, he had the physicality to it. The one thing that I could see them doing. Okay, and I'm not saying they're going to do it, and I'm certainly not trying to give them ideas, but cameoing some of the people from the original cast who are still around, that would be the only thing that would be just for grins and giggles. If they actually brought back Raul Julia or Ming-Na Wen, as Chun-Li's mom, for example.
Right.
Who's going to tell him?
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, and a good point was brought up about Cammy being a different persuasion now. They did the same thing with Ken. He's brunette. At least the actor was after they picked, they turned Ken into a brunette when he's a blonde. Also, they did the same thing in Mortal Kombat. They made Melina black. Yeah, they race swapped her.
Mm-hmm. I mean, well, I'm pretty sure Raul Julia is dead, so I wouldn't expect a cameo.
All right, Emerald, I will do exactly that. I will message you before I have Alf go on Cotton later on tonight, because that is where we will be rating if Snowdub can get that up in time. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cap this one off, and we're going to go ahead and go to the next one. Time for some odd news, folks. What if I told you that we may have found Rocket Raccoon, and he's a bit worse for wear?
How the mighty have fallen.
Virginia's drunk raccoon exposed as serial offender. Oh no!
Serial.
Oh, see, we've got the good, we've got the bad, and now we have the downright silly. So let's go ahead and get into this. An animal protection officer in Virginia's Hanover County said the infamous drunk raccoon that broke into a liquor store is actually a serial offender. Hanover County Animal Protection and Shelter previously revealed a raccoon that had broken into the Ashland ABC store on Black Friday, broke several liquor bottles, and was found passed out drunk in the bathroom. This is real. This is not it's not fake news. In fact, that's not even our fun segment this week. We're not doing a fake news article this week. We're doing a different fun segment at the end of the show. Animal Protection Officer Samantha Martin has now disclosed on an episode of Here in Hanover, Hanover County's official podcast, that this wasn't the Trash Panda's first crime. This is not the first time he has been in one of the buildings, Martin said, referencing the block of shops that include the ABC store. Supposedly, this is the third break-in he's had. He was in the karate studio. I think he got into the DMV and ate some of their snacks one time. He ripped off the DMV. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if that ain't a proper citizen, I hate the DMV. Martin said the raccoon spent the night at the shelter after the liquor store incident to sober up before being released near the scene of his multiple crimes. We don't relocate him because that's a death sentence for raccoons, Martin said, but somehow he knows how to get back into the building. He's a smart little critter. She said she hopes the raccoon learned something about temperance from his most recent break-in. I hope he learned his lesson, but I just say, enjoy your life. I think he's living his best life, and why not? Have a drink or two, especially on Black Friday. Now, if that don't warm the cockles of your heart and put holes in your liver, I don't know what will. Seen this, but we'll enjoy the coverage of this by all of you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Yes, we always want to make sure that we do one Hollywood story, one gaming story, an odd news story, and then we have a community news story where we get to make fun of people that shouldn't be successful when we should. And boy, howdy, have we got somebody lined up for that segment. Well, let's go ahead and go around the room. How do you feel about this raccoon? Is it Rocket? I think it is.
Well, yes, and I want assurances that the raccoon's going to be safe, because when it comes to governments and animals, well, they've murked a lot of animals that have gained any claim whatsoever. I haven't forgotten Peanut. I don't know about the rest of you. And they are not beyond raccoons either. But
right.
I hope they're being preserved. They are absolute city mascot material and could bring just tons of tourism if they set it up right. In fact, they might want to give them a special zoo enclosure with extras. No, not wrong, 58. Zoom out. Zoom out, 58. Zoom out further. Thank you.
Your machines, they're rebelling against you.
It's a work in progress. They have an attitude a bit.
I mean, I could see that picture. I could see that picture of that raccoon being a postcard. Yeah. Seriously, that's a postcard.
Major tourist trap. They could have statues. It's even better than a RoboCop statue in Chicago, and it'll probably last longer too. Detroit.
That thing's going to be covered from head to toe in graffiti by the end of the year. We actually covered that last week as part of our odd news segment. But as always, Director, thank you, my friend, and be sure to shock that robot a little bit more just for me. I am part of the human supremacy over automated assistance movement. Scooby, how are you? How do you feel about this?
Now, how do they know it's the same one? I mean, does he have an ID that he can check? Because, I mean, how do you know he's not being framed by his buddy raccoons?
That's
what
up in the air.
Are you
That's what I
saying
want to
all
know.
raccoons look alike?
Uh-oh.
I mean, how do they know that this is the same raccoon? I mean, he could have been at his old girlfriend's house at the exact same time. Well, his buddies, they're all going over there at the DMV or whatever.
The DMV.
Where's the exact...
Nobody wants to be at the DMV.
Fourth Amendment violations.
Yeah, where exactly is their proof? And can you even and can an animal even do a serial offense? I mean, come on. I mean, like I said, did they check his ID? They need to tag him, keep an eye on him, give him like a little ankle bracelet or something. I mean, if he's serial, then they should be keeping a track. They should be keeping track of him. If he keeps doing this, they got to send him to animal prison or something. But still, how do they know it was him the other times? Huh? They just that poor at doing things that they have to find a way to, that they have to find a scapegoat, and it's this poor cute little raccoon.
Well, like I said, the meat of the potatoes is this guy's living his best life, whether it's him in all three cases or not. But Scooby's asking the hard questions, which means that you can.
And I want justice for all raccoons. I want to see if that's true. Justice for raccoons.
Digny, what are your thoughts, my friend?
Well, it was great to hear the perspective of the personal assistant to the high evolutionary. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, the creature in question was clearly tagged and monitored. That's why it wasn't a case of mistaken identity. Second of all, how American of you, Scooby, to, what's the word I'm looking for, propose sending an animal to prison because
Illegal surveillance.
because the United States does have a history of monetizing the prison service, so why not include animals in that too? Why shoot Peanut and the other raccoon when you could have imprisoned them for life and made money off the government for doing it? But it was a very interesting situation. I mean, looking at this, listening to this, and we are seeing domestication rates of raccoons increase, mainly because of the fact that it's more sustainable for them, evolutionarily speaking, to be domesticated. That's why more of them are becoming domesticated and are ingratiating themselves in urban communities. Likewise with foxes, rabbits, and bears, which are a bit bigger and cause a lot more problems. The point is, though, ladies and gentlemen, what do you do with an animal who is a repeat offender? Well, it's very simple. It's very simple. You have a few options. One, you welcome it with open arms and domesticate the animal, or you do what governments are famous for and you just kill it. So take your pick. Have a vote.
I'm pro not doing what the government wants.
There you go.
Knowing American authorities, one of the police officers might get hungry, shoot it, and eat it. Or turn it into a hat. I don't know.
If if there's any type of animal that's a serial offender, it's seagulls. Seagulls are serious serial offenders. They will go into the
Okay,
I
if we
see,
can be on the same page for murdering animals, I vote seagulls.
I have seen many seagulls, including some seagulls in a specific resident area that'll go into quickie marts. As soon as the door opens, they'll grab something and walk right out.
I myself have been the victim of a criminal seagull. Personally. Yes.
Oh, is that something you would like to share with us?
On the premises of the happiest place on earth.
Breaking news coming in hot off of the hot ticker tape. We got ourselves a breaking news story. The son of Mars has been harassed by a seagull in none other than the happiest place on earth, Disney World. Do let us know more.
Absolutely. I was walking across the street, passing from one side this is in Frontier Line. I was very happily holding on to my churro, having a nice bite, holding it out in front of me. Okay. When said felonious seagull came flying by and grabbed it and took off with his haul right out of my hand.
That son of a bitch!
Right out of my hand.
And as the patriotic American you are, that you then got out your handgun and shot it dead.
Not on the premises of Walt Disney World. I didn't want to get banned. Actually, they very generously offered me a replacement churro at that moment.
And then another this is part of a con operation. Then another seagull stole it.
Yeah, they have a whole racket going on there. For sure. But with regards to this story, I see some clear Fourth Amendment violations. And if this raccoon would like to seek legal representation, the law offices of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe are ready to back him up right from the get-go. If the hair doesn't match, you cannot hold them past 24 hours, or at least until the intoxication has been deemed worn off. Okay? After which you have to present back into open, the open court. Habeas raccoonus is basically the legal term for it. You present the raccoon back for adjudication and release. That would be my opinion.
I'm offended by the chat. Seagulls are not rats with wings.
Those
I'm a
pigeons.
rat caretaker. Rats are much, much better. I insist. Far more redeemable. I mean, you can domesticate rats. Who keeps a pet seagull? absolute garbage creatures. Plus one crapping once, and I'm committed to their extinction.
That's sinister. He took a churro. Churros
Yeah.
are awesome. That's
Churro, he took
sinister.
the
That is grounds
churro.
for arresting. That
Yeah.
So,
Well, guys, that is terrible, terrible news to end this particular segment with. But I tell you what, I think if we point and laugh at somebody who shouldn't be successful for not knowing, what icon walked behind him, I don't know what is. It's time to make fun of those of us who made it and then are breaking it or don't deserve to have made it at all. Here's some community news.
Why can't we all just get along?
Because we here at Vox Tech want to remind you that we are the people that you don't make fun of. We are the people that help you make fun of those who do deserve it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a man known as Ed Matthews. And he had no idea who that man behind him is. That, of course, for those of you that have been living under a rock and don't know who the Beatles are, that is Ringo Starr. And Ed Matthews, in all of his infinite success and infinite ignorance, does not know who Ringo Starr is. We're going to point and laugh now. Let's go ahead and play the clip.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, mate. No reaction.
Oh no, I am. I'm just gambling, mate. Sorry, brother. You alright, brother? Where you from?
I'm from Liverpool.
No
Oh, really? I
shit.
just come from Manchester. Who was that guy, mate?
Who is that guy?
Like,
He says,
very
who
classy, so
is
he must be very
Ringo
loud. He must be pretty
Starr?
valued. Beatle Ringo, who is that?
What? You kidding me?
Yeah,
what are the
but of course,
circumstances of this? Did Ringo Starr just pop into someone's house?
You know, I was
Oh.
wondering about that. How did exactly Ringo Starr break into his house without him knowing? Just saw an old man outside and thought he would invite him in? And
I think they were in a
what,
studio.
what was Ringo Starr
you-
doing outside?
Key thing
you
here-
hiding-
It doesn't matter.
No,
The
no,
point
no.
is, the point is,
You're- Go
Are
ahead.
you
go ahead.
hiding Elton John under your floorboards? Ed?
No. You're glossing over the most important, the most important part of this clip. Okay, it wasn't that he missed Ringo. Okay, it's that he immediately did the guy thing. He immediately honed in on one of the most beautiful women in the world, Barbara Bach.
yeah.
Immediately, he identified that. He was totally into that. Okay?
You
never
are
mind his mom.
a shame to show business if you do not show respect to the people that came before you. Let's
I
get that
get
clear.
I get that.
It's in consolation. I know who
You
Ringo
are
Starr is. I
a
still remember-
shame
Who?
to show
something
business.
Matthews? Matt. It started with an M. Look, I've gotten his name already. Point is, I remember Ringo Starr's name.
Yes,
Ed Matthews.
Ed
Oh.
Matthews.
Doesn't ring a bell.
So apparently, he's a successful Twitcher. He's a Twitch streamer who likes to play online gambling games with crypto money. So
Oh,
he's
the
one of those
ideal-
people that literally brings in, the lowest common denominator watchers just to see him throw around crypto like it's his money.
Yeah.
Also,
Hail
pained
to
see
the Omega
Ringo wearing
Supreme, a pleasure to see you.
a mask because his facial hair is perfect.
So again, this is the problem. I see more and more of these would-be talents ignoring established talents, showing no reverence, not even a form of recollection or identification whatsoever. We are literally down here pining for table scraps for $5 and $10 donos, and this guy probably gets enough money to fuel his gambling addiction, and he doesn't know who Ringo fucking Starr is.
Yep.
How do you lure Ringo
That's
Starr
a
to his house without
joke!
knowing who he is?
Yeah, it is.
And it's one of the reasons why we bring this kind of exposure to these people. It's because we are the future.
I think we're being screwed with.
I digress. Arcater, what are your thoughts?
Well, mainly I'm confused because I still don't understand how Ringo Starr got into his house without him knowing who Ringo Starr was. And
Might have been a motel that he was at.
Yes, but who people just lets random people into their motel rooms?
Mm-hmm.
And clearly, he already can afford to be in a very posh hotel that would have Ringo Starr in it randomly. Which mostly tells me that his success, again, like many other people, isn't quite organic, but probably comes from some old money being applied to create an illusion of success where there is no merit.
Agreed. It's just a disgusting, blatant display of disrespect. And I'm not going to say, well, maybe he's a kid and he doesn't know. I'm sorry. I'm stepping on you anyway, little guy.
I'll say Nepo
How
Baby.
dare you? How dare you?
Omega Supreme said, wasn't he on the Power Rangers?
That's funny. I like you, Omega Supreme.
Well played. Okay, well played. All right, you made me laugh.
All right, Scooby, what are your thoughts?
How he does not know who Ringo Starr is beyond me. That makes him not only a failure celebrity-wise or whatever himself, that makes him a failure in life. How could his own parents not teach him about Ringo Starr? I mean, right then and there, that's a failure in parenting. I mean, when I was a kid, my dad taught me about Ringo Starr and all the Beatles and stuff like that. My mom taught me about it, and she was from a different country. How could this guy, you want to bitch slap him? It's kind of like, wake up. Do you not know who is behind you? Dude, look around. If you're not too sure, quickly, when he's not paying attention, look up the fucking name. Or ask the chat, you know? It's like, dude, you wasted an awesome opportunity.
You could have been like, if you'd have paid attention to your chat instead of your, your spinning away your cryptocurrency, and because they pointed out that was Ringo Starr.
Yeah,
you missed an opportunity to go, hey, you got a couple of questions? He doesn't even merit him that.
I know, he had an awesome opportunity, and man, did he fuck it up.
He fucked it up.
Do
you know that my first YouTube short was me doing a short interview with Richard Horvitz, the voice of Invader Zim and Orthopox? I wanted my first YouTube short to hit hard.
I would have loved to have met that guy. I loved Invader Zim. Invader Zim was one of my favorite.
All right, there's a right way to do things and there's a wrong way to do things. And people just camming up and acting stupid and vlogging and somehow becoming successful off of it is the wrong way. This is show business.
Yes, that guy doesn't know what he's doing. He deserves to be taken down for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I would recognize an 85-year-old Ringo Starr if he popped into the room. I would now because I've got a recent reference photo. I probably would have caught on to it the moment I heard him, though, because that voice is iconic.
Yeah, he may not have been the most popular of the Beatles, but he was part of the Beatles, and everybody knew him except for this little dink right there.
Mm-hmm. Dignified Cartoon Gentleman, what are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I feel like I'm going deaf because I can barely hear the director. Second of all, I would have been like, oh my goodness, it's John Lennon! My goodness, it's John, George, Paul, and who was that other guy? But no, in all seriousness, folks, two words spring to mind from this topic. One is publicity and two is stunt. Unfortunately, in this day and age, talent has got nothing to do with becoming popular in terms of content creation and live streaming, which is a damn shame.
I will fucking change that.
Well, that's why I'm here to try my best to support you in that endeavor, Stark. But this whole situation just reinforces my mindset, right? Because I am of the mindset that you don't have to be talented to succeed as a content creator. For me, the way to succeed as a content creator personally is being yourself. I know that's super ironic coming from a cartoon, but I have no choice in that department, folks, and I can't elaborate any further than that. The one thing I can say, though, which is very clear, is that the circumstances of this whole situation are suspicious enough for me to call it into question and to condemn it as a publicity stunt. Because let's face it, guys, who does a live stream in a hotel lobby? It looks
Right.
staged. So that's
Could
why
be staged.
my-
It could be a stunt. It could be. You know, they could be fishing for reacts like the ones
Yep.
we're giving them right now. You
Yep.
are absolutely correct.
And for look, I know authenticity is the currency of the internet
Not
until
mine.
it's inconvenient. Yet, from what I have observed as a viewer from the outside in, and as a creator from the inside out, is usually the more prominent the creator, the more disingenuous the individual.
Mhm.
Of course, that doesn't apply to everyone. There are always exceptions to that rule. Yet, that's what I have seen and heard throughout my time. The more organic and original and imaginative a creator is, the more likely they are to be isolated, condemned, and outright destroyed. Because that originality, that authenticity, that imagination is what makes them dangerous.
At the end of the day, I just got this to say. This is the face behind the active creator of this channel. This two-dimensional PNG tuber that I commissioned my good friend Dudicus Drogdor to make so that I wouldn't use the Robert Downey Jr. face claim. And the motley assembly of characters that I use impersonate as a product of entertainment for people that enjoy the respective fandoms that they are interred within is my business platform. So far, that business platform has almost reached 3,000 subscribers. We will be at 10,000 subscribers by the end of next year. This is a blanket statement announcement. If you're going to be in show business, then do it right. And bring in people that like what you do for what you do. They don't know who you are. They don't need to know who you are. Make a product, respect the product, be the product. Like the director here. Great presentation, great laboratory setup, great costuming.
And I
Be
can't
like the
fucking
director.
hear him.
You're muted. Speak up.
Yeah. And turn it up too. I'm going deaf.
Look, the fact that you said I was being deaf is why I was trying to fix it, and now I made it worse. I blame you because I don't want to take responsibility right now.
All blame falls to me.
I know this is in reference to a previous topic, but director, you look like an Expedition 33 character.
I'd take that as a
Very
compliment.
dare you. I'm not
take that
French
as a
in the slightest. I'm also not English in the slightest, despite many people's accusations. Look, I don't know why. I apparently sound a bit English, but that was never the plan. Just here we are, and we have to deal with it. On this note, look, I would like to encourage people not to compare themselves to other people, especially like whoever that Nepo baby was whose name I've already forgotten. The only reason they're there at all is because they clearly have money that did not come from their successes. Whether or not, and it does really reek of a publicity stunt. Just huge sus that someone's going to be randomly streaming from, of all places, a hotel lobby, only to have a
Beetle.
star shove up behind you, a beetle, to show up and not be meaningfully acknowledged by whoever it was. Looks not important what his name was. Suffice to say, my philosophy is thus. The only real pressure anyone has is do their best in context. Whatever it is they want to do your best in context, and let everyone else deal with their own mistakes.
Well, I like pointing and laughing at people that are stupid.
Oh, well,
And-
yeah. If that was truly true, you never on material. I mean, have you seen the internet?
I mean, it's the internet. I mean, there's an entire show that I go on occasionally. I need to get back to that regularity on it, called Tales from the Dork Side, where we do nothing but laugh at stupid things on the internet. It's stupid. So.
There's so much to be laugh at. If you don't pace yourself, you're just going to make yourself numb. Look at me. I rarely crack up to anything now. Do you think that was organic? Do you think I'm just a natural straight man of extraordinary quality?
No, it's all part of the production value, ladies and gentlemen, which is which is what we strive for here. Scooby, what are your thoughts, my dear?
I thought I already just gave my thoughts. I mean,
All right. And
Well,
Digny's
might
thoughts.
I elaborate, considering that Scooby is not going to say much in regards to this topic, folks? This is only going to get worse as time goes on, because Ringo Starr is an example of the past of entertainment, while Ed Matthews is an example of the future of entertainment, and that's a sad state of affairs. Do you guys want to know what the future of entertainment is? Future of entertainment is Hassan Piker and Destiny.
yes.
Morons like
Shut your
that.
mouth. That's where
Right.
it dies.
That's where it dies.
Exactly. But in culture, especially Western culture, death leads to renewal. And I think that's very important. The thing we have had has had its time. That's the thing I'm constantly parroting recently, right? What we have today has had its time to shine. It needs to fade away. In fact, it should have faded away nearly 20 years ago with the financial crash. We're in like this zombie state where the existing entertainment is still too strong, even if in its collapsed, comatose state, than the thing that should be replacing it. That's why we should all support those who have the means and the will to be the change that they want to see, whether it's in entertainment, popular culture, gaming. That's why I support what Tony does, because he values his craft in a way very, very few creators do. I just do this because I like doing it, right?
I do this
I
because
do
it's a living.
Yeah, I do this personally because I enjoy doing it. I see a 2-hour show. I cut it up into segments. Hopefully people watch them. Hopefully people subscribe to Digny. And hopefully we can keep on going and keep on growing. That's all I want.
Well, I want to go ahead, and because again we welcome open debate here.
Sure.
Let us go ahead and because Outpost Nerd is making a valid argument. No, not everyone knows who he is. Now he says that we're taking a stretch here. He says horse and shit. What makes this guy popular? I've never heard of him before tonight. Popular streamers like that just like to blow around their crypto money with their gambling addictions, and it attracts a lowest common denominator, aka people that like to watch lol cows that do the same thing. Yeah, I don't know him, and I know enough now to know that I won't think of him again after this. Absolutely. Congratulations. Our mission has been accomplished. We want to stamp out people that have these popular views by doing something stupid, because we are trying to provide quality journalism, quality entertainment, quality impersonation, look how beautiful this graphic is, okay? I bust my keister getting all this stuff together, okay? And I see somebody go on there, and either A, it's a publicity stunt, totally staged just to get us to react like this, or B, he legitimately doesn't know who the Beatles are. You can say that's a load of horseshit, and that is your validated opinion. As long as I get my Brondo the Thirst Mutilator. Like I said, trust us with your entertainment.
Look,
I
I look
gotta
forward
say-
to not
At the end of the
hearing
day, at
Egbert, Mutilator's name again.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I am right out there with Outpost Nerd. I have never heard of this guy until tonight.
Until
And
tonight.
Now that I know who he is and everything, I know not to watch him because
And
this
that
guy
is
a fucking idiot.
that is now part of our progress platform for the community news segment. We want to point out it whenever Hassan Piker does something stupid. We want to laugh at whenever somebody like Peach Jars acts a fool. Because
Yeah,
these
he's-
people that are so popular, that are so successful, and they're able to get away with this stuff while we're trying to fight for table scraps, that's part of the message. That has to stop.
Yeah, I'm just a baby streamer, and I normally have like 17 people or maybe just a few more in my crowd on a good day. Like I think on a good day I had like 100. But it's
Outpost,
very
your
hard to
point
make-
is valid, and we are going to accept your point as a valid point. Maybe this kid is too dumb to know who Ringo Starr is, and your point is completely valid. He says, my thing is it's easy to overlook a celebrity when you don't expect to see them. That is a valid point, and we will take that.
like Tony said, a lot of us are trying to take it seriously. I try to do what I can to take it seriously. I mean, I am extremely small. I just got monetized.
Well
And
done.
everything I do, I try to take serious. But of course, you know, those idiots out there who who get their kicks and get their views or subscriptions and everything by acting like an idiot or by being stupid or not knowing any of this stuff or other girls just flashing themselves at the camera or whatever. It's all this is if this is where it's going, then this is really, really, really
Well,
bad.
it's about
Ryan
doing it-
DeZera. It says Shining Time Station was only 30 years ago. That is a valid point too. Again, everybody has valid points here. We're not
Well,
trying
I
to.
have 2 points I really want to make.
Okay,
First
go
off,
ahead.
I don't think I disagree with Dignity. I was knee-jerking when he said that Omni-Destiny and Hassan Piker represent the future, because they don't. They represent the death of the old school, and honestly, the tombstone it deserves. But in addition to that, do I have permission to curse judiciously?
Yeah. Just I mean,
can
we haven't
visit Fs.
said you know the that many times tonight. Just keep it. You know,
I've been holding it back.
I like my dollar signs to stay green, please. Thank you.
You know, I can reduce it because if I say F at this point, everyone knows precisely what I mean. There are ideas that people shouldn't give Fs, and that's not true. There are people who would insist that you have to give all the Fs. This is also not true. The important thing is careful F rationing. You really shouldn't give away all your Fs, then your field of Fs is empty. And then you're in trouble because you really need to give an F sometimes. Be more judicious with your Fs. In this case, I would say no one should either care that much that he didn't recognize Ringo or be very caring about the fact that this might be a a PR stunt. It's just use your Fs carefully. Otherwise, you will burn yourself out no matter which way you go. If you give an F at everything, you'll run out and burn out. If you don't give an F for anything, well, we probably won't be hearing from you because you won't get anything done.
I give an F about this mainly because I am very passionate when it comes to music, and if you don't know your music, I feel like you need to be slapped around.
Does
Keep the
Egg
chat
Butt
alive.
News
I'll be
look
right
like
back,
a guy
folks.
who cares about classical
That's all
music?
right.
Just wondering.
Well, I
Excuse
just
me?
like to I just like to make the point that from what I've observed as a viewer and as a creator is that truth doesn't matter anymore, right?
No.
Truth still
you
matters.
look at the landscape and you look at what makes a prominent creator saying and doing popular things and avoiding saying or doing anything that would incite controversy. That's the common denominator with the vast majority of prominent creators. Now, there are always exceptions to that rule. Some creators, sometimes they don't make sense. They do all sorts of crazy things, and yet they're still on the platform and they still have a massive audience. My point is, though, we're moving towards an era where the most profitable creators will always appeal to the lowest common denominator, and the most talented of creators, like Tony, for example, will get sidelined. And I hate that. I hate that that's the case, especially on YouTube.
We're just gonna have to play a little bit of their game, guys. That's one of the reasons why I said it. I said it during the last week's matinee. Welcome to my supervillain arc.
Yeah, this is the post-truth society argument, and I reject it utterly. Truth does matter. The society might not care about truth anymore. This is alarming because that means that society is going to die.
It's
Look
time to
at
snuff it out.
Kick is the embodiment of this mindset. Not about doing what's right. It's about doing what's popular. Whether it's throwing your granny down the stairs, torturing a Frenchman until he dies on camera,
Easy kill.
harassing Koreans and Japanese people to get viewership boosts. I know Kick only exists because of the fundamental failure that Twitch has become, but Kick is a great example of a completely open, honest, and transparent platform where you can do whatever you want. That's the result. And a lot of people like it. It's quite popular in certain circles, and it makes a damn amount of money, like lots of money, especially with Stake and the whole gambling arc over in that company.
Yeah. Well, I want to give a special shout out to Susan Dolan, seeing as she must have heard me say, "Hey, welcome to my supervillain arc. It's good to see you." We're gonna go ahead and cap this one off on a nice, neat bow. It's time for us after that much heat garnered. Let's do a fun segment. This is going to be a little special take on what we watch. We have a couple of special guests in the back that are going to be taking over the show after we read this article, and you guys can, survive them for about, 10, 15 minutes. Oh, yeah, you know them, you love them. But first, let's just get through the article, and then if you guys still are up in the air as to what's about to happen, well, you'll know afterwards. So, Mike Judge's Beavis and Butthead on Paramount, and one last-ditch effort to keep that company afloat, has been renewed for a season 4, and so far, Beavis and Butthead on Paramount has been pretty true to form. It's definitely more to form than King of the Hill was whenever they did that season on Disney Plus and Hulu. But I'm caught up on season 3. It's pretty funny. And so if you guys are a fan of old school, stop impersonating me, Dillhole. Then you'll be happy to know that they are renewing for a season 4. We're gonna go ahead and just read this small little excerpt here. It says, "The triumphant return of Beavis and Butthead, two teenage boys who like things that are cool and don't like things that suck." That simple, that straightforward, that to the point. Anybody want to make any points before we bring out the two assholes? Want to go around the horn, or do you want the two assholes to go around the horn?
I just want them to know that don't touch my beer.
Well, I'd just like to say that Beavis and Butthead, great franchise. I can't wait for them to be fighting Superman in the multiverse.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? We'll get everybody's thoughts, then we'll bring it out for about 10 minutes, and they can gloat about how they were successful. And then we'll go ahead and do our outros. How's that sound, folks? Director, sure. Are you stoked for the return of the assholes?
Well, yes, actually. Quite frankly, mostly for the sake of Mike Judge. The way I see it, he's navigated the media landscape exceptionally well. So I would like this to be a success as well, assuming he's truly involved in it. And we'll have to assume, because I don't really know. I just really hope so, because he's the soul of it. As for Beavis and Butthead, personally, if I met them, it's good I will never meet them.
I don't know about that. I think we're going to be bringing them on in just a few minutes. Scooby, your thoughts?
Am I allowed to argue with him?
Yes.
Yes!
I have never been a fan of Beavis and Butthead. I always felt that whenever I watched the show, I would be losing brain cells. I am not a fan of anything Mike Judge does. I think all the stuff he does is really stupid. Yeah, wow. If anything, if I were to meet those guys in real life, they'd probably compare me to Daria.
It's unfortunate because that's probably what they're going to do here in just a few minutes.
I really don't care, because I liked I think that's probably the only show that I liked when it came to the franchises. I liked the spin-off of Daria. I liked Daria. That show I did like.
We're all on
Digny,
the same page then, I suppose.
we're bringing on two more of your people, two-dimensional cartoons. How do you feel about this? Are we being inclusive enough?
I think it's fantastic. I adore Beavis and Butthead, especially the more recent, older iterations, because it's so rare in animation for characters to age. It's one of the main problems I have with The Simpsons and Family Guy, which are my two favorite animated shows apart from Beavis and Butthead, is that, come on guys, just age, okay? Just age, because then if any of the people who play them die, their character can die, right?
Right.
And ideally it's one voice per character. I know The Simpsons doesn't do that. I don't think Family Guy does that either. But ideally, it's one voice per character. And then as the years go on, 20, 30, maybe even 40 years, the show can have an end. Because everything needs to end eventually. Not everything can be Fortnite, folks. But I think Beavis and Butthead is fantastic. And I look forward to more of it.
Oh, you're about to get more of it. You're probably not. You're probably gonna regret your decisions. Son of Mars, how do you feel? How do you feel about this announcement?
I feel it's like, okay, guys, get it out of your systems. Let us move on. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah, get it out of your systems. Let us move on. But whatever you do,
well, this is our fun segment for the night. It's going to be our first character guest spot on the show. We got two special guests. Let's go ahead and welcome them, Beavis and Butthead, to the show.
Wait, Butthead, I'm not ready. Wait a minute.
Photography.
And of course, we have to have a technical glitch to get this going, don't we? I swear. OBS, do your thing, please.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, what's going on? Oh yeah. Hey, what's up? I'm Beavis.
And I'm like, Butthead and stuff.
Take over the show. We will accept your questions now.
Overriding question, how is it you're still alive at all?
We're just lucky, I guess.
It's like some space-time mumbo jumbo. I really don't know.
Yeah.
Truly, the cartoon universe is merciful, because certainly if there was any sort of logic or consistency or accountability for your actions at all, we should be looking at two skeletons. But I suppose that's something we can look forward to in season, what is it? What is the number of the season anyway?
It's like, since we're still, like, filming and stuff, I guess that's one of the reasons why we're still around.
Yeah, like, you know what they say, if you stop moving around, you'll die.
Actually,
Yeah.
that is actually true. We're all going to die anyway, but if you stop moving, you'll die much faster.
I find this whole situation very interesting. Beavis and Butthead, big fans, by the way. Are you two always going to live together for the rest of your life?
Why? Are you, like, insinuating something?
We're not gay, if that's what you're asking.
No,
Well,
I would
I'm
like to
not-
step inside. Didn't
I'm not insinuating anything, but since you brought it up,
Incels.
no, I wouldn't say.
We're not incels. We have this thing called Reddit.
And, like, DeviantArt's pretty cool.
I mean, we have a lady on the panel, and as far as I'm aware, she is single.
Oh yeah. Diarrhea. Diarrhea. Cha-cha-cha.
I mean,
what's
she
going
is
on,
named
Diarrhea?
after a dog, so that's not a good sign.
She, like,
Do it doggy style.
I don't know. You'll have to ask her yourself.
Excuse me, miss. Are you a big fan of, like, Scooby-Doo?
I am a big fan of Scooby-Doo, but I am not a fan of you two.
Oh, that sucks.
And folks, that's how you use a woman as a human shield on a panel show.
Fire when ready, Brother Beavis. So, like,
Out of respect for Tony, I will keep what my thoughts are to myself and just go silent during this part.
Aloof
I'm
Liberty
really,
says,
really meta here.
he says good riddance to, bad rubbish. Susan Dolan says, though I did see some episodes of Beavis. Hey, that's you, dude. Whoa. And, I did see, I preferred future, Beavis, what's that word? Fellatio. Fellatio. Oh, yeah. That means blowjobs. And Wayne's World. Kick-ass. Little factoid, in 2006 I had cancer surgery and my surgeon's last name was Bender. Whoa.
Was his
Were they
first
Mexican?
name
Who doesn't love
Rodriguez?
fellatio?
Yeah, Mexican. Neat. Oh, neat.
So
Listen.
what do you guys think of some of your animation contemporaries? I know Futurama was mentioned, but what do you make of, say, for example, The Simpsons?
I think that the old stuff was better. Yeah, anything after season 8 was like, well, I guess it just wasn't a 90s show anymore. I guess
The
that's
original
like the
Simpsons. Yeah, the original Simpsons was better. Like in its early seasons, it was great, especially when it came to the Treehouse of Horror.
It is painful to observe that, isn't it? All old stuff at this point. I mean, Zombie Simpsons as a philosophy has a lot of points.
Yeah. I'm surprised nobody has asked us if we're both in the room at the same time. Yeah, it's like... Sometimes we usually argue with each other. We're not doing it right now for posterities and stuff. Well, yeah, there's two of us.
Whether you two are in the same room together or not is really not our business because, whatever you guys do is whatever you guys do.
Yeah,
It's
not that there's
typically
anything wrong
regardless,
with it.
Mostly
That
just
sounds-
by not
That
to
sounds
hear
pretty gay, sir.
slapping.
Well, we have to consider, ladies and gentlemen, that when Beavis and Butthead first aired, there was something wrong with it, and half of the U.S. was against it.
Yeah, it was
That's
like,
because the U.S. sucks.
When it first aired, it was very much like an early version of an unrefined South Park.
Yeah.
Only South Park is funny.
No, South Park
No.
is, it was
Well,
funny.
at least its early seasons were.
Well, I haven't really kept up with anything, and to be fair,
We're
I didn't
still
catch much
funny.
Beavis and Butthead either because I didn't have cable at
Digny?
the time.
This is what happens when you try to use the woman on the panel as a human shield and
Yep.
and weaponize her against the special guests.
Yep.
Arcater, what were you going to say?
Now I've forgotten it. I'm too interrupted. Carry on.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Well, it's good to know that memory left your brain, Arcata, because I must really be going deaf. But in
He's
all,
huffing glue like we are.
in
I
all
will try to
seriousness,
yell more in the future. I'm working on this. I do, I suppose, have a bad habit of being a bit soft-spoken, especially when I can never really be sure whether or not Windows is ducking with me.
yes,
That sucks.
yes, that is annoying. Have you tried Brave?
No.
Sorry for the
I'm
ad
even
read.
now.
Fred. Good. There are many other browsers other than Windows, folks. Brave is one of them.
Who
But
uses Edge in the first place? Egads, man. Windows the system, not the browser. A Microsoft-made browser is about as likely to be used by me as a, I don't know, a giant incredibly splintery wooden dildo that's been left out in the desert for a few years.
I'm
Hey,
using Edge and
Beavis.
it hasn't broken yet.
Hey, Beavis, he just said dildo.
And I just said Edge.
Oh, right, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, I mostly remember you from your incredible caffeine-fueled cornholio instances. Those were exceptional.
Yeah, so, yeah, let's go. Are there any other questions you got for us? I really need to, like...
polio a sex term?
That's a good question. You better answer him, Beavis.
I have no idea who this Cornholio is, sir. Would you like to take your order?
You know, I recently learned that cornhole was actually a game played with beanbag. The longest time, I thought it was a reference to anal sex. And now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure, Beavis, your cornholiarchs are the reason why.
I'll be right back after these messages.
I don't understand. Why are they gotta, like, call me out like that? It sucks. Really sucks.
It'll be okay, dude. Let's just, finish off strong and stuff.
Finishing up strong, huh?
I don't want to see either of you finishing on stream, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna do this thing now.
Yeah, we're gonna do this thing.
thing?
Yeah, we're gonna...
You're gonna do the thing? Just go do
I
the
just
thing.
find the idea of two men living together who aren't related to be a bit suspect.
You can tell they're having fun back there, which is kind of creepy.
Do you think they realize you can hear them?
I think we're done here.
Subscribe to Stark of Iron or whatever. I don't know what's going on in the chat, but I promise we're not here to, kick or ban people. Thank you. I think everybody just needs to relax and have fun and stuff. I don't know what's going on. We're, literally performing for you guys.
Yeah, please get along or whatever. I hate being
Anyone
nice.
in the chat actually fears about being banned by Beavis and Butthead? Because quite frankly, if they had that power, they've used it already recklessly and into this much sooner.
Yeah, we're just guest stars here.
I mean, I just implied they were homosexuals. I'd be annihilated if they were in charge.
That's pretty gay. I don't know.
And I have implied they're incels, quite possibly.
We have Reddit,
earliest clear
sir.
Depiction.
We have Reddit.
And we have, Tumblr.
We have, the
Well,
Pornhub.
Here's a question for Beavis and Butthead. Do you know who Ringo Starr is?
Is that that guy who, wasn't he, in that one movie?
Oh, yeah. It's like that British guy from The Labyrinth.
That's David
Nailed it
Bowie.
as the Goblin
snail.
King.
Yeah,
That was David Bowie.
He was a Goblin King.
No, that was David Bowie.
Yeah. Jacob, it'll be fine, please. Please, we'll figure it out. It'll be fine, I promise.
Look, I know for a fact that telling bad jokes will lead you to hell. My mentor went through. Especially
Anyway,
this
I think we're done with our segment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Have
it
a
was
good
pleasure.
night, boys. Be
Had
sure
a-
not to sleep in the same bed.
I can't
I'll,
following the chat properly.
I mean, the bed bugs do.
Oh, wait, no, that's actually a good question before you go. Do you sleep in the same bed?
That's a good
no.
question.
We don't have
Who gets the
beds.
top bunk? Because if you do, I'm sure it's a bunk.
I sleep on the couch and Beavis I sleep on the floor.
Oh. Lovers' spats are.
We don't
So
have a
sad.
bedroom, sir. We're not rich like you.
Yeah. They pay us literally peanuts. Haven't you ever seen Roger Rabbit? They don't pay us tunes nothing. Ass wipes.
We're homeless.
That's your problem, not us. That sounds like a you problem.
Well, that's what you get for spending all your money on nachos and getting massive enough not to get evicted from your flat.
To be fair, I don't think anybody owns this place. I think it's condemned.
It is hard to believe you pay rent.
We're just squatting here.
Well, to get meta, fantastic characters. I hate you both, but your character is fantastic. Well, no, your creator is fantastic. You two suck.
That sucks.
I can't wait for next week where we talk to Peter and Brian Griffin.
Well, the cartoon segments, just like everything else, will be few and far between. So, like, we'll see you later. We'll do the tuck and roll now.
Wait for it, I'm not ready. Wait a minute!
Photography.
Beavis and Butthead's Hell is eternal anger.
Oh, man. One moment. Gotta have that turned all the way up. There we go. My apologies. Can you repeat that, Director?
Oh, Beavis and Butthead's Hell is going to be eternal, and it has rarely been more wanted.
It's been a minute since I busted those two guys out, so I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. And thank you guys again for tuning in. I suppose now's the time in the movie where we go ahead and scoot back over here. And I want to thank everybody for coming to this episode of StarkCast Mk23. This has been your humble creator, Stark of Iron, who will soon be the future ruler of the galaxy, joined by my motley assembly of talented and diverse pop culture pundits. I want to thank everybody who hung out with us in the chat, the people that supported us earlier in this evening, especially grateful, thankful to you. You guys have all been fantastic. But now it's time for us to go ahead and start winding this puppy down. Director, what have you got coming up, sir?
Oh, well, this next week is going to be very eventful for the next StarkCast. I have, of course, a very rare 4-hour experiment coming up on the 19th, where everyone's welcome to request Christmas songs. It's going to be a trial for me personally, as I don't go that long on anything, really. And it'll be the side quest season finale with a Phantasma special. We'll see how that goes. Otherwise, tomorrow is the SCP read, which will be far less eventful because it has no meaning for me whatsoever.
Fantastic. Well, we were happy to have you here. Scoops, what have you got coming up, hon?
Tomorrow I will hop on to my PlayStation and start streaming another stream of Silent Hill F. I am finally going to be getting back into my barcade. I will drop on Twitter and YouTube the start times, and then I will do a second drop as towards how long it'll be until I play, like if it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes or so. Next Friday, I will be dropping yet another on Scooby Pup's Rough Use, another video for Season 1 of Has Been Hotel, only this will be a video for Episode 4, I believe. So check that out. The video drops at 2 p.m. Eastern. That review was a long time in the making, so I'm glad my producer Alistair and a secondary producer Kelly were glad to be there for it. And next Saturday's Scooby Pup's podcast, 5 p.m. Eastern, I will have That Darn Kitty, a very good friend of mine who has many, many times proven that cats and dogs can get along.
Sounds fantastic. Thank you, Scooby, for hanging out with us. Dignified Cartoon Gentleman, what have you got coming down the pipeline, sir?
Well, Sunday, tomorrow, well, it's today for me, but Sunday I got 2 shows. Right, the network assembles 7 p.m. UK, 2 p.m. Eastern, where hopefully all the network hosts can assemble so we can do a review of November. Should have done it last week, but I revealed it too early. And after that show, we'll be having the Sunday network show with Lord Triton. That'll be on the Ravencast at 10 p.m. UK, 5 p.m. Eastern. Sunday show is our crazy show with all the radicals and the controversy. So every network show has its purpose, whether it's developmental, whether it's for cartoons, whether it's for professionals, or whether it's for crazy radicals. We really like having a show for every specialty.
Well, I try to make sure that we keep our cartoon representation to specifically you, but sometimes when I want to do a character act, I'm going to do it. I do pride myself in being as professional as possible at any given point. I hope that it helps grow my channel alongside Digny here, and I want to thank him for finally accepting the fact that my show was worth his time. It took him a little bit.
Well, I did have to put down a rebellion. Subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like and subscribe to all of us.
Yeah.
Son of Mars, what have you got coming down the pipeline, my friend?
Well, I had to delay launching my own channel to the beginning of the year, but come the beginning of the year, we'll find out more of what the Shadow knows.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. You can always find our good friend, the Son of Mars, hanging out with us on the StarkCast and on another show that we really need to start getting off the ground. I'm going to do my best to try to get this other show by Richard Spake off the ground because he's getting next to no viewers, he is getting no engagement, and it really needs a shaping up, not just visually, but just needs good tightening up, and I'm going to go ahead and try and see if I can't help do that, because quite frankly, we can't have this. You guys are coming with me, whether you like it or not. I'm not going to be the lone tyrant over my new empire. I need my planetary governors. I'm not conquering the planet. I'm conquering the galaxy. I need the Son of Mars running Mars. I need Scooby running Venus. I need people running these planets. I'm not going to be able to run them all, all right? So we're going together, or we're not going at all, ladies and gentlemen. That's my point on it.
If you can give me a small country, I'll be quite happy with that. I don't want to overextend myself. You know, Dr. Doom in that area. That'll suit me just fine.
And of course, I do have a massive lineup. We are going to be rating Snowdub for the Cotton Council later on tonight in just a few minutes. And where you'll see our good friend Gordon Shumway over there being the sunshine of everybody's life. And of course, by proxy, a nuisance to everybody there. Besides maybe Jolly and El Perro to Rover. For some odd reason, he gets along with El Perro. Then, of course, we have, coming up Tuesday, speaking of Alf, a breaking segment. We're going to go ahead and we're going to give you guys today the header for Alf After Hours in just a few minutes. So let's go ahead and do that now. Let's just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off now. Enjoy. This is our opening crawl for the Alf After Hours segment, and then we'll finish our plugs and get out of here. And of course, after Alf After Hours, we will have Stark's Thursday Matinee, the third in a row, where it will be the variety show that is now going to be shooting for the stars rather than sharing the space on the same planet. So be sure to check out the variety show with more puppets, parodies, pandemonium, and music that you can shake a stick at. And we'll have a few drinks, have a few laughs, and become the next big thing in the variety show sphere of YouTube. Following shortly thereafter will be, of course, StarkCast Mk23. If this week was as crazy as it was with these topics, I can only guess what things are going to be like next weekend. So stay tuned for that. And Ginger Wolf will be returning for the Black Widow Files on the 21st, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. If you like, sexy redheads, you know where to go. All of this and more on the future of this platform, my friends. I am doing this because others are doing it poorly. The Stark of Iron YouTube channel. Trust us with your entertainment, your news, and of course, your future.